What's up, YouTube? It's Double D here. Today I want to talk about what to do if you don't have a mentor. Because I know a lot of people tell you that you need a mentor while you're riding a motorcycle. Me growing up, I've always wanted to ride motorcycles, never had the opportunity to. So I didn't have riding buddies. Now I knew people who rode, but not like a lot, and a lot of them don't ride anymore just because of life situations or just lost interest, I guess. I don't know. But I did a lot of research, not exactly all in one space. I did a lot on YouTube University. I did a lot on the internet, and I did a lot by talking to several dealers and people while I was at the dealer, just regular average people that were in there buying something or buying a bike or just hanging out. And so, you know, you get different information from different riders, and then you just make the judgment on your own. Like, what do I want to do? Do I want to do this? And I just always wanted a cruiser. It was never really big on the sports bike scene. Now, would I want to ride one? Of course. I just don't think that I could be hunched over like that for a long period of time. So it'd be fun to ride around with for a little bit. But I knew I wanted a cruiser, and so I started looking at cruisers. And I did a lot of research. And that was the big thing for me, was the research. Get your information from, you know, everybody, take it all in, and then you make your final assessment of what you want to do. So my big thing was, I used Revilla, their common tread, I believe, to do a lot of my research. I use Motorcycle Magazine online. I'll try to remember to put all this stuff in the description. And I did YouTube University. And like, YouTube will give you a lot of great information, but it also gives you a lot of wrong information. There's quite a few out there that really, you know, bring in different aspects. I know a lot of people give crap to this guy and his Yami Noob, but you know, he's got over 700,000 subscribers. He's doing something right. And I know he's got a lot of new people that follow him, because that's one of the first things that come up, because you ask these certain questions, right? Like, what's the best beginner gear? What's the best this? What's the best that? And like, his videos are very helpful. Now, I do like that he's brought in more people into the channel. He's got a couple new guys that, you know, fairly new to riding, haven't ridden different bikes, and you get that different point of view, which is great, because it's just like me. I'm new at this, and I don't know what their background is, if they rode dirt bikes, or, you know, this is the first time they're riding. But I think that's the biggest thing, is if you don't know, you don't know. So you do a lot of research, and there's a lot of people who just go to the dealership. I want that bike because it's the cheapest, it's the smallest, or I want that bike because it looks cool. Well, you know, just because, and I learned this, I guess not say the easy way, but, you know, I knew from past experience in cars and whatnot that, you know, you're not going to find your perfect motorcycle, your perfect vehicle, or your perfect anything at the first shot. Well, I fell in love with this motorcycle the minute I sat on it. It fit me. Now, I sat on a crap load of other Sportsters that were just like, I don't know, you know. But, you know, it's trial and error. And yes, your mentor will help you that, but if you don't have one, that's what you're supposed to, that's my thing, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure it out, and I used all these resources, and I recommend that everybody use these resources. That is the biggest thing. Now, if you didn't have the internet back in the day, I don't know what to tell you. I guess you had to find a mentor, or just basically trial and error and hope you didn't kill yourself. But like the whole Yami Noob thing, I mean, those videos are out there. He's doing something right. And there's a bunch of other guys out there that do the same thing, and I think it's really cool. And then you'll start getting into, you know, the groups of guys that are, you know, they'll tell you how to do this, or then you find your niche that you like and you stay with that group. But I will say, I've watched 95% of all of the Yami Noob's videos. There's a few I don't watch just because it's not something that interests me. Now, they've been doing a lot of reviews on bikes, and they've got a lot of them out there. And there's a couple bikes I'm like, I wouldn't ride that. Then I watch the review and I'm like, no, I wouldn't mind trying that. I'm going to try that the next demo day or whatever. So I mean, they're a very helpful channel. They do a lot, and they help out a crap load of people. And I think that's the biggest thing. You've got to just go out there and do it. Don't, sit back behind a computer forever. Do your research. Like I said, I spent about a year doing some research, watching YouTube, reading articles, and I bought a few books and stuff from fellow YouTubers that give you that idea of what you're kind of looking for. And I know Motojitsu, he has a book that's kind of like the beginner's guide or whatnot to riding, and it makes a big difference. Now, I had already bought the bike when I read the book and started buying my gear. Actually, I started buying gear before. I bought a helmet and gloves, a jacket before I even had a motorcycle, because I knew that I needed that stuff before I started riding, because I knew if I spent all my money on a motorcycle that I wouldn't have money for that gear. So I went and did this first. Not saying that everybody does that. Now, I didn't buy the armored pants until after I got a motorcycle, and that was because the motorcycle came and it was like, oh, I need to go, that one's what I want. And so it came. Now 2 months later I had the pants because I saved up for them and whatnot. But the mentor thing that's the biggest thing, is you got to find it from somewhere. You're going to find the person that you can draw to, and the good ones are the ones that give you a lot of information and give you different aspects of it. I mean, there's a bunch of guys out there, like Dan the fireman, who gives you the safety aspect and the parking lot drills and whatever. It was like Motojitsu. But those guys, I mean, they give you a different mindset, and then you could really relate to one or not the other. The one I related to the most was MCRider, and I like his mindset because, I mean, and that's like, I consider those my mentors. But MCRider, he's a local guy, and his videos are like the same thing. It's very educational, very well thought out, and they really direct you into making the right decisions. Like helmets and gear and all the gear all the time. And that really sunk in with one of his videos. And actually, my boss is the one that steered me to him. But like, those are my mentors, and that's how I look at it, as a mentor view. Because do I know them personally? No. But they put themselves out there in those videos. Yes, they're making money off the videos, and but the passion behind it is what gets me, and that's why it was really cool. But so you have to find your own mentor, and I guess that's where I'm going is, and I'm pretty sure you could probably reach out to these couple YouTubers if they were in your area and say, hey, do you mind, helping me out with something, answering questions, and you put them in the comments. I know I've done it in the past, put stuff in the comments below their videos, and some of them will answer me right away, and some just totally ignore the question. But I understand they're busy, and you look at the comments, if they have over 500 comments on a video, good luck. But, a lot of them do live streams, and a lot of them do, live Q&As. You can always ask them then. You may not get your question answered that episode, but, keep trying. And then, they're not trying to just, ignore you. And I think that's the biggest thing. A lot of people just give a turn, oh, he didn't even answer my question. Now, I have put out a bunch of questions to certain people, not even motorcycle related, just video related, like, hey, what is that? Or, hey, what is this? And they don't answer because, they've answered the same question 400 times, but we're all too lazy to go read all the 500 comments, which they've answered it twice in those comments, but we don't read it. So if you go through the comments, do your research, look in the comments, and I guarantee you the question's been answered 100 times. But my mindset is, find your mentor. You're going to have to make your own. It's not going to be somebody it may be somebody on the internet, or some guy who writes an article that's like, man, this guy's really knowledgeable. And one thing I do like about the Revilla guys is they write the articles, and they're on YouTube, and they do other things. So you get that mindset, you get the personality, you get their, I don't know, some people don't like reading, they just want to watch YouTube videos, which, I'm not a big reader myself, but I do like reading things about things I like. So if I like motorcycles, I'm going to read as much as I can because that's what I want to do. And I'm going to read those all the time. I think I would say out of all the common thread articles that are out there, I probably missed 10. Because I could sit there and read all day long those articles because they're very well written, very informative. And so that's my mindset on that. You know, get out there and do your research. Now the podcasts, there's a few of them I'll listen to. One is how to ride a motorcycle. Guy is great. His name is Chris Geis. He has the earlier videos are really good about, you know, how to ride a motorcycle. Now he's getting into racing, which, hey, I get it. You know, I wouldn't mind doing a track day or something, but not on this bike for sure. But his videos or his podcasts have done really well, and, you know, really informative and really helped me out. So I consider him a mentor as well. And the high side, low side podcast by Revilla are really good. They answer viewer questions as well and put their 2 cents in on what motorcycles, what they feel as a beginner, what's this. And you got to make your own judgment. That's what it really boils down to. You've got to make your own judgment. Are you really ready for that 1000 cc? You could do it? Sure. Do I think it's a wise decision? No. But some people are different than me. There's a lot of them that go out there and do really well on a, you know, 1000 or whatever they want to call it. That's not me. You know, and you make your, like I said, you base your decision off your mentors that you have found through the internet or through the dealerships. So, you know, that's my mindset on what do you do if you don't have a mentor. Because I know a lot of people have asked me questions in my comments and then DM me about certain things that, you know, I've done. And I will do my best to help everybody that wants to ride, because, you know, I spent 40-something years of my life not riding, and I regret it. I know one of the guys that I listened to, his biggest comment was, I never regret the ride I took, I always regret the ride I didn't take. And I regret 40 years of not riding. Now, could I have ridden for 40 years? No. But I missed out on a lot. You know, I'm starting now, which I do feel that I start now is because I have a better opportunity financially to do what I want to do. And because I'm pretty sure if I would have, you know, been as a younger rider, that I would have not probably been wearing gear because I couldn't afford it. I wanted the bike. So I put my mindset of, you know, I'll wait. We'll see what happens. So, and I learned that from my mentors through their trial and error, you know, their accidents, their, you know, the whole mindset behind it, because, you know, that's your mentor. Use them as your mentor. Guys, with that being said, remember, ride safe. Don't be a jerk out there. And let's have some fun. Catch you on the next one. Later.